Pi Network's big leap. What you need to know about the latest update. Hey there, Pi enthusiasts. Ready for some exciting news? The Pi Network just dropped a major update that's got everyone buzzing. Grab a comfy seat because we're about to dive into what this means for you and the future of Pi. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. The big announcement. So what's all the fuss about? Well, the Pi team just revealed their plans for a huge update to the Pi Network blockchain. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, another update? What's the big deal? But hold on to your hat because this one's a game changer. Remember all those Pi nodes you've been running on the testnet? You know, the ones that have been earning you those sweet acceleration points? Well, they're about to get a major upgrade. The Pi team is gearing up to move some of these nodes to the mainnet. But what does that actually mean? Let's break it down. Understanding the current situation. Right now, the Pi network is kind of like a car with training wheels. The mainnet, that's the real deal, folks, is up and running, but it's being managed by just 3 nodes controlled by the Pi core team. Meanwhile, over 300,000 of us have been running nodes on the testnet, which is like a practice version of the blockchain. Think of it this way, we've all been practicing on a simulator, and now some of us are going to get the chance to drive the real car. Exciting, right? The big shift from testnet to mainnet. Here's where things get really interesting. The Pi team is going to start picking nodes to move from the testnet to the mainnet. It's like being called up to the big leagues in baseball. If your node gets chosen, you'll be part of the real Pi Network blockchain. But why is this such a big deal? Well, for the Pi Network to really shine, it needs to have its blockchain running on the mainnet. And not just running, but running with nodes operated by pioneers like you and me. This is what makes a blockchain truly decentralized. Think about it. Right now, the Pi Network is like a small town with only 3 traffic lights, all controlled by the mayor's office. But with this update, it's going to grow into a bustling city with traffic lights operated by the citizens. That's decentralization in action. The rewards. What's in it for you? Now, I know what you're thinking. This all sounds great, but what's in it for me? Well, my friend, this is where things get really exciting. Up until now, running a node on the testnet has been like playing Monopoly with fake money. You've been earning acceleration points, which are cool, but they don't exactly pay the bills, do they? But here's the kicker. Once your node gets approved for the mainnet, you'll start earning real Pi coins every day based on how many transactions your node helps process. It's like going from playing Monopoly to actually being a bank teller handling real money. How much can you earn? Well, that depends on how busy the network gets. The more transactions happening on the Pi blockchain, the more rewards for the nodes. It's like being a taxi driver. The more passengers you get, the more money you make. Understanding transaction fees. Now, let's talk about where these rewards come from. Every time someone makes a transaction on the Pi blockchain, they have to pay a small fee. It's like a tiny tip for the network for processing their transaction. These fees don't go to the Pi team or disappear into thin air. Nope, they get distributed to all the nodes running the blockchain. So every time someone sends Pi, buys something with Pi, or does any other transaction, a little bit of that fee goes to the node operators. The more popular Pi becomes, and the more people use it for everyday transactions, the more rewards node operators can earn. It's a win-win situation. What makes Pi Network special? Now, you might be wondering, how is this different from other cryptocurrencies? Great question. Pi Network has a few tricks up its sleeve that make it stand out from the crowd. First off, each node in the Pi Network has to be linked to a real Pi account. And not just any account, one that's passed the KYC, Know Your Customer check. This means each person can only run one node. Why is this important? Well, let's look at Bitcoin for comparison. With Bitcoin, there's nothing stopping someone from setting up hundreds or even thousands of nodes. This has led to huge mining companies dominating the network, which kind of defeats the purpose of decentralization. Pi Network nips this problem in the bud. By limiting each person to one node, it keeps things fair and truly decentralized. It's like making sure everyone in a game of musical chairs has an equal chance of getting a seat. The current state of Pi, by the numbers. Alright, let's put on our data hats for a moment and look at some numbers. Don't worry, I promise to keep it simple. As of now, 5,724,380 accounts have made the jump to the mainnet. That's a lot of pioneers. Along with these accounts, 3.44 billion Pi coins have also moved to the mainnet. But here's where it gets interesting. Out of those 3.44 billion coins, 2.5 billion are locked up. This means they can't be used or traded right now. So in reality, there are only about 500 million Pi coins actually circulate. Why does this matter? Well, it means there are a lot fewer Pi coins floating around than you might think. And in the world of cryptocurrencies, scarcity can be a good thing. The future of mining, a little-known feature. Here's a little secret that many pioneers don't know about. In the future, when Pi moves to the open mainnet phase, there's going to be a cool new feature. You'll be able to lock up 200% of your Pi coins to increase your mining speed. What does this mean? Well, it's another way that Pi is keeping the number of coins in circulation under control. The more people who use this feature, the fewer coins will be floating around in the market. This is important because some critics of Pi say there are too many coins, but they're not considering features like this that can keep the supply in check. Wallet update. What's new? The Pi team has been busy bees, and they've also updated the Pi wallet. If you head over to Pi Explorer now, you might notice something different. You can't see the total number of Pi coins anymore. Don't panic. This is just part of the ongoing updates as we get closer to Pi 2 Day. More on that later. The team is constantly tweaking and improving things to make sure everything's shipshape for the big day. The Pi Coin Elite. Who has the most? Now, let's take a peek at the Pi Coin High Rollers. The wallet with the most Pi coins is sitting pretty with 24 million Pi. The 10th largest wallet has 338,000 Pi. Feeling a bit small in comparison? Don't worry. Here's a fun fact. 4.42 million wallets in the system have less than 10 Pi coins. And get this, wallets with more than 1,000 Pi coins make up only 2% of all wallets. What does this tell us? Well, it means that Pi wealth is actually pretty spread out. There aren't as many Pi whales as you might think. So if you've got a decent stash of Pi, you're in a pretty good position. The value of understanding. Now, I want to talk about something really important. A lot of pioneers get caught up in just one thing, the price of Pi. They're always wondering, when can I sell? How much will it be worth? But here's the thing, if you really want to appreciate what Pi is all about, you need to understand how it works. The blockchain isn't just some boring technical stuff. It's the heart of what makes Pi special. Think of it this way. If you bought a car without understanding how an engine works, you might not appreciate why one car is better than another. The same goes for Pi. The more you understand about how it works, the more you'll appreciate its true value. So, I challenge you, take some time to learn about blockchain technology. Read up on how Pi's blockchain is different from others. The more you know, the better equipped you'll be to make decisions about your Pi in the future. Questions to ponder. As we wrap up this deep dive into the latest Pi update, let's consider some burning questions. How will moving nodes to the mainnet change the Pi network's performance? What kind of impact will this have on Pi's value in the long run? How can we, as pioneers, best prepare for these upcoming changes? What new possibilities might open up once the Pi network is fully decentralized? How might the limited supply of circulating Pi coins affect its future value? These are just a few things to think about as we move forward. The beauty of Pi is that we're all in this together, learning and growing as a community. The road ahead. As we look to the future, it's clear that exciting times are ahead for Pi Network. This update is just the beginning. We're moving closer to Pi 2 Day, which could be a huge milestone for the project. Remember, every big journey is made up of small steps. This update might seem like a small change, but it's a crucial step towards making Pi Network the decentralized, user-powered system it's meant to be. So what can you do now? Keep running your node if you have one. Stay active in the Pi app. And most importantly, keep learning. The more you understand about Pi, the better positioned you'll be for whatever comes next. Wrapping up. Phew, we've covered a lot of ground today. From node updates to wallet distributions, we've taken a deep dive into the latest Pi network development. But here's the most important thing to remember. Pi is more than just a cryptocurrency. It's a community, a technology, and a vision for a more inclusive digital economy. Whether you're a longtime pioneer or you're new to the Pi scene, these updates affect you. They're shaping the future of the network we're all building together. Keep mining, keep learning, and keep spreading the word. The strength of Pi Network lies in its community, in pioneers like you. Together, we're not just witnessing the future of digital currency, we're actively creating it. Remember, stronger community, stronger Pi Network. Let's make it happen. What do you think about these updates? Are you excited about the possibility of running a mainnet node? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's keep this conversation going. Until next time, happy mining, pioneers!